Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to the Red Zone at Hicksville High School as we are getting ready for girls basketball action on a Thursday night, third day of December 2015 as, the Lady Aces off to a great start in this basketball season. And we're going to be here for both games tonight, starting with the junior varsity matchup as the Aces are entertaining the Lady Apaches from Fairview tonight. Down year for Fairview. They have a combined roster. When I got in, they handed me the roster, and I was like, well, this is just varsity. Where's the JV? And I was told, no, that's both. So they sort of go back and forth, and all of the girls on the Fairview squad can be potentially JV or varsity, which means, if you're thinking, you are correct. There are no seniors on the Fairview Lady Apache squad for 2015-16. So it'll be interesting to see as we bounce back and forth. We're going to catch their starting lineups here as they come out onto the floor. I'm trying to pick out the numbers here quickly. And so far I see number 4, that is Riley Collins. Number 40 is Georgia Hines. Number 24 is Caitlin Smith. 21, Sam McLaughlin. And number 12 is Rose Zedike. For the Lady Aces, out there tonight, number 30, jumping center, will be Madison Siebenaller. Number 11 is out there as well, Taylor Gipple. I see number 24 getting the start, Harley Schumann. Number 5 is Emily Sanders. And number 11, Taylor Gipple, didn't I? We're missing someone. The Kreitz girl. Kearns. Alexis Kearns is out there. Shot put up off the baseboard, no good, but put back down by Madison Siebenaller. So Maddie breaks the scoring ice early on, and we're off to a 2-0 Aces lead. On the other end, that's answered by Collins. Makes it 2-all. And here we go. Stolen. And Collins is going to go for the easy layup. Misses, but the putback is also no good. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul underneath the basket. Inbounds pass. They tossed it back to Sanders, who went off her hands, was rolling on the floor. And Collins just raced in, grabbed the ball, but was not able to complete the easy layup. Putback no good. And that's team foul number 1 on the Lady Aces. As we are back in action, and inbounds is slapped back out of bounds, and we'll reset, and the Apaches will try it again. Ball inbounds to Zedike. Rose, top of the key, bounce pass over to Collins. She passes it back over to Smith, That's a long 2. Collins hits the deck, and we have a whistle. That'll be team foul number 2, and that's going to be called on Schumann. Apaches will have the ball side midcourt. Smith. Make sure the right official gives her the ball. Smith inbounds it to Zedike. Zedike tries to do the bounce pass, and it's going to be a jump ball. Almost picked off there by Schaefer in the game quickly for the Aces. And we'll get another inbounds from Smith to Collins. Guarded by Schaefer, and I take that back. That was guarded by Gipple, and ball knocked out of bounds. And that'll go over to the Aces. So Gipple inbounds to Sanders. Sanders guarded by Collins. Bounce pass to Kearns. She tries to get it to Siebenaller. It goes over Siebenaller's head and into the hands of one of the Apaches, and they travel on the other end, so the Aces will get it right back. Kearns had the right idea. I think that maybe Maddie was just a little off guard there, wasn't expecting to pass quite that quickly. Sanders handling the ball up on top. trying to bounce it to Siebenaller, does, over to Kearns. And the Aces will move it around the perimeter. Kearns gets a good look, lines it up off the front of the iron, no good. Gipple with the rebound. She puts it up, no good. It's grabbed and taken right back by Gipple, who tries to feed it down low to Siebenaller. Pass is intercepted by McLaughlin. And here come the Lady Apaches. Bounce pass down to Collins in the corner. Out to Smith on the wing. Her shot up, no good. Put back by McLaughlin, no good. Managed to save it, but they inbounds it to Gipple for the Lady Aces. She tosses it over to Sanders. Sanders in a double team. Tries to break the pressure, does. Gets the ball down into the corner to Kearns. Alexis back to Sanders. Cross court to Schaefer. Feeds it in to Siebenaller. Maddie puts it up, no good, but she's going to go to the line to shoot two. 3:31 to go here in the opening quarter. Been a lot of basketball played, not a lot of points being scored, but these gals are really moving up and down the floor here. Of course, this is a big-time rivalry. Of course, Fairview adjacent to the Hicksville district here in Defiance County, and these girls know each other, and they have an intense rivalry. Siebenaller gets the first one. She'll have one more. And doesn't get that one to roll, but the putback by Kearns is going to draw another foul, and Alexis is going to go to the line to shoot two. That's team foul number 2 on the Lady Apaches. Aces also have 2, but the difference has been that the Hicksville fouls have been uncommon fouls on the floor, whereas the Apaches have committed their infractions while the Aces were in the act of shooting. So they've sent the Lady Aces to the line both times. Kearns with 2 shots. Gets the first one. That makes it 5-4 as the Aces take the lead again. That ties it at 4. Now we're tied at 4. Forgot Siebenaller missed the second free throw. And we're going to have a foul on this end of the court. And it's going to be Fairview's Rose Zedike at the line. Chance to give her team the lead back. Expecting a pretty good crowd here later tonight for the varsity matchup. Zedike gets the first one. That makes it 5-4 Fairview. Zedike second, also good. So far, Lady Apaches 100% from the free throw line. Down low to Kearns. Alexis puts it up off glass and good. Zedike the other way for the Lady Apaches. Couple of bounce passes. Rose gets the ball back. It's knocked away. We're going to have a whistle, a reach in. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Aces. Tied at 6. Long 2, no good. Rebound comes down, and Schaefer controls it. Gets it to Sanders. Sanders, bounce pass to Kearns. Kearns tries to get it inside to Siebenaller and bounces it off of Smith's knee and out of bounds. So Aces will have the ball. Sanders getting ready to inbounds for Hicksville. Gets it in. Gipple has to bounce it off of an opponent, out of bounds again. So they'll reset. Again, Sanders stolen away and knocked out of bounds. I shouldn't say stolen away, intercepted and knocked out of bounds. Riley Collins showing some speed. Sanders gets it into Gipple. Gipple back to Sanders. Over to Kearns. Sanders on the wing, or Gipple on the wing. Back to Sanders, top of the key. Sanders in a double team, looking for some help. Gets it down to Schaefer, inside to Siebenthaler. Her shot, partially blocked, but they're going to say that Hines got her on the wrist, so Maddie's going to go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Team foul number 4 for the Apaches. Siebenthaler misses the first one. Looking to break this 6-all tie. She misses that one too, and we're going to have another whistle. And we're going to have a push off on the rebound, number 24 for the Apaches. So that'll be a common foul. So the Aces will get possession back, and they'll have the ball out of bounds on the baseline. Schaefer back inside to Siebenthaler, who kicks it out to Kearns. Kearns into the paint, puts it up. Rebound grabbed by Schaefer. She loses it on the dribble. Collins steals it away and makes the fast break, puts it up, no good. Throws it up onto the bottom of the backboard, but she'll be fouled, and she goes to the hoop. And Riley Collins will shoot 2. That's team foul number 5 on the Aces. 2:11 to go here in the opening quarter. Junior varsity girls basketball here on Hicksville Community Television. Bill Murphy, glad to have you with us. Kate Murphy running the camera tonight. Collins' first shot's no good. Again, we're early in the month of December. Starting to get a little bit of that holiday vibe. Collins misses the second one. Mobley grabs the rebound. Mobley flips it over to Kearns. Back to Mobley. Mobley cross court to Schaefer. Schaefer drives to the hoop. Up and good. Liz Schaefer give her first bucket of the night, and the Aces take an 8-6 lead. Bounce pass to Collins. Driving baseline. Nice feed, and she loses it onto the floor. Sanders picks it up, gets it down to Mobley. Mobley squares up, puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed by McLaughlin. McLaughlin tosses it over to Zedike. Zedike down to Collins. Almost loses it, and she does. Bounced up in the air. She was trying to grab it and stepped on the sideline. So out of bounds to the Lady Aces. 1:27 left to go in quarter number 1. Ball inbounds Schaefer to Sanders. Gordon getting ready to check in for the Aces. That one's stolen away by Smith. And have another whistle, stoppage of the play. Caitlin Gordon comes in. She'll give Alexis Kearns a break. And it's going to be the Aces ball. Mobley will come over. Tiffany will inbounds it for Hicksville. She does to Sanders. Sanders to Siebenthaler. Maddie over to Liz Schaefer, who puts it up and good. Liz Schaefer pulls the trigger from about 12 feet and sinks the bucket. Bounce pass to Zedike. Her shot to, or rather over to Hines. Shot is up and no good. Sanders with the breakaway, up no good, put back. Count it, 2 more for Schaefer. Collins on the wing. Up to the top to McLaughlin. Over to Smith. Down low, Zedike driving. Baseline, no good. Tiffany Mobley grabs the board. Mobley takes it across half court. Tosses it over to Sanders. Inside to Siebenthaler. Siebenthaler drives to the hoop. Up, no good. But again, Maddie's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Siebenthaler. Up, no good. clanks out of there too. Maddie Siebenaller a little bit colder than usual at the free throw line. Collins pulls the trigger, air ball, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound. That's going to be number 6 on the Apaches with 8.3 seconds. So the Aces are looking like they might spend a fair amount of the second quarter shooting free throws at this point. Rockets it into Siebenaller, who tosses it down to Mobley, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to McLaughlin, and there's the buzzer, and that's the end of the first quarter. And the Aces, well, it's back and forth for about the first 3 minutes, but it was Hicksville's quarter after that. Aces pull away. Liz Schaefer buckets 3 field goals for 6 points, and the Aces are on top 12-6 at the end of the first period. As we get ready for quarter number 2, it's the time that we set aside to say a huge thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships right here in Hicksville, Ohio. If you're in the market for a vehicle, whether it be a car, truck, van, SUV, whether you want one that's brand spanking new or pre-owned, you owe it to yourself to take a trip out to stop by the lots at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford to see the great selection they have on hand. If you're not able to do that, you can go online. Their entire inventory is available for your review at jimschmidtauto.com. And if you don't see what it is you're looking for, make sure you let the fine folks at Jim Schmidt know what kind of vehicle you're interested in. They always do their very best to find you exactly the car, truck, van, or SUV that you want. They support us for the entire basketball season with their underwriting, and we cannot thank them enough. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. All right, let's put 6 minutes on the clock and get ready for the second quarter. Aces up by 6, and Hicksville will have the ball to start quarter number 2. Mobley inbounds it to Sanders. Bounce pass to Gordon to Siebenaller down low. Shot is up and good by Tori Vasquez in the game for the Aces. Bounce pass to number 44. That's Carly Phillips, who's in for the Apaches. Also in now number 23, Katie Kreitz. Shot up by Collins, no good, and we're going to have a whistle, and she's fouled in the act. She was inside the three-point arc, though, so it's just a 2-shot foul. And Riley Collins going to the line with 5:34. Her team down now by 8, 14-6. Her chance to draw them a little closer, but the clock stopped. Collins' first shot is good. Riley bangs it home. She'll have one more. Misses that one. Sanders drives, and her shot stripped away there by Kreitz. Nice block. Kreitz over to Zedike, back to Kreitz. Kreitz tosses it over to Phillips, who puts it up, no good. Gordon grabs the board for the Lady Aces. She tosses it over to Tiffany Mobley, and we'll come back the other way. Sanders drive in, bounce pass towards Gordon and Siebenaller. I think each one thought the other one was going to grab it. It dribbles out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover back to the Lady Apaches. Kreitz inbounds to Zedike. Bounce pass down to Phillips. Phillips in there with Vasquez and Gordon. Ball winds up going out of bounds. And that's going to be Gordon. And that's going to put Phillips at the line to shoot 1 and 1. So Lady Apaches in the bonus, and the next foul will put the Lady Aces at the line as well. Carly Phillips, 5'7", well, they say a 5'7" sophomore. She looks a little taller than that up here, but she misses the front end. Vasquez gets the ball to Gordon. Gordon over to Mobley. Mobley will pull the trigger, and good. Tiffany Mobley, her first bucket of the night, as the Aces go up now 16-7. Zedike Working her way through traffic. Bounce pass to Kreitz. Kreitz will put it up. No good. And a jump ball called between Phillips and Mobley. Into the game for the Aces, Riley Figgins, number 1. Possession arrow says it's Fairview's ball. Collins with the inbounds to Phillips. Phillips takes a shot from the free throw line. It's good. Sanders comes up with the ball, and she'll be tripped up a little bit. Number 23 will put Sanders at the line. Emily, first trip to the free throw line. 4:14 to go before halftime. Sanders, first shot, no good. Rebound almost grabbed by Siebenaller, but snatched away by Kreitz. Kreitz to McLaughlin. Shot put up, no good. They're volleyballing it around. Collins comes up with it, gets it away to Kreitz. Kreitz drives along the baseline, tries to feed it out. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be the Aces' ball. Vasquez will get ready to inbounds to Sanders, and she does. Sanders tries to get it into Siebenaller, and we're going to have a jump ball between Maddie and McLaughlin. And that'll be the Aces' ball. Here we'll flip back now to Fairview for the next possession. Siebenaller gets the inbounds. Maddie gets it out. Sanders puts it up. No good. Rebound comes down to the Apaches. Zedike brings it across the timeline. McLaughlin to Kreitz. Kreitz tries to rocket it down low, and it goes out of bounds. And we're going to have a timeout from the Apaches. 3:27 left to go in the first half. Our first timeout of the evening called, as the Aces are leading the Fairview Lady Apaches in this junior varsity game, 16-9. Both teams are in the bonus. And again, the Apaches using their first timeout. They'll have 4 left for the balance of the game. The junior varsity coach, Nikki Grine, for Fairview. And, of course, Coach Schrader for the Lady Aces JV. And we're glad to have you here with us on Hicksville Community Television, as again we've got the first part of the basketball season underway. Lady Aces Varsity will be playing next. They come in after a big win down at Paulding on Tuesday. And of course we saw them in action picking up the W in the first game of the season last week. So off to a good start coming into tonight's game. Coach Heather Adams from the varsity is down there with Coach Schrader, talking with the gals. Well, break huddle, and we'll get ready to get back in action here in this junior varsity game. Mobley facing off against Kreitz, puts it up the air to Vasquez. Vasquez trying to feed it inside. He's trying to get it to Klima, but deflected away. Kreitz comes up with the ball on the other end. She tosses it over to McLaughlin. They'll work it around the perimeter. Zedike with it now, back to Kreitz. To McLaughlin, who tries to power it inside to Phillips, who puts it up, gets it to drop, and she'll go to the line. Carly Phillips, points 3 and 4, and a chance to complete the 3-point play and give herself 5 points on the night. And she's drawn the Apaches a little closer in this game. It's now 16-11. Phillips free throw, no good. Rebound grabbed by Klima, tosses it over to Mobley. Mobley down low to Vasquez. Vasquez looking around. Has to take it back out to Mobley. Mobley from three-point land, no good. Rebound grabbed by Kreitz. We'll come back the other way. Kreitz is going to take it coast to coast, puts it up, no good. Long rebound, loose on the floor. Zedike snatches it up. Bounce pass over to Collins, Collins to McLaughlin, back to Collins, over to Zedike, and around the horn they go to McLaughlin again. And now Kreitz. Kreitz will take the shot from just inside the three-point arc, no good. Klima almost with the board. Phillips ripped it out of her hands and throws it out of bounds, so it'll be Ace's ball. Three-quarters court on the far side. In the game now, number 24, Harley Schumann, as Tori Vasquez will get a bit of a breather. Schumann gets the ball inbounds to Mobley. Mobley powers it down to Schumann, saves it on the baseline, and she's going to get tied up with Smith. And that'll be the Apaches' ball with 2:04 to go until halftime. 16-11. Aces JV on top. Zedike bounce pass to Collins. Collins moves it around to the top of the key. She'll bounce pass it back to Zedike, and they'll move it around the perimeter here. See if they can get something to open up. Phillips will pull the trigger, and it's good. 6 points now for Carly Phillips. Mobley down into Siebenaler, who puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Smith. She takes it to Kreitz. Kreitz will kick it back to Zedike, to Collins. They'll slow things down a little bit, get their offense set. 1:15 to go before halftime. Zedike down in the corner. As again, the Apaches will move it around the perimeter. Kreitz to Phillips. Phillips will pull the trigger, no good. She'll get the rebound, but it's loose. Grabbed out of there by Figgins. Figgins facing off against Kreitz, and we'll have a whistle. And that might send Riley to the line to shoot 1-1 with 59 seconds, and it does. So Riley Figgins will be shooting 1-1. Back into the game, Taylor Gipple, as Samantha Klima will sit down. Figgins misses the front end. Rebound, though, comes down to the Aces. Siebenaler puts it up. Count it, and she's going to go to the line. What a nice play from Madison Siebenaler. She gets the bucket and draws the foul. Aces back up now by 5, 18-13. And Madison Siebenaler getting ready to shoot the free throw to complete the three-point play. And that one's off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to the Aces, though. Back down to Maddie, and she puts it up. She'll trade 2 for 1 anytime. 7 points now for Madison Siebenaler. Lady Apaches go back on offense with 40 seconds. Collins, top of the key, over to Phillips. Phillips looking for some help. Gets it over to Smith. They'll move it back around the perimeter. Kreitz with it now. And she'll back up with 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Smith down into Zedike in the corner. Zedike to Collins. Bounce passes it inside to Phillips. Stolen away by Mobley. Mobley with 10. Mobley throws it down. Siebenaler up and good. And that will be the end of the first half. Madison Siebenaler bangs it home, and the Aces are going into the halftime locker room up by 9. It's halftime of this junior varsity girls game, and the score, the Hicksville Lady Aces 22 and the Fairview Lady Apaches 13. We're going to take a break. We invite you to stay with us, though. We'll be back shortly. We'll have the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. 2 of this junior varsity game. Taking a quick look at the unofficial scoring. Again, halftime, it was Aces leading the Apaches 22-13. Unofficially, the leading scorer for the Fairview Lady Apaches, Carly Phillips, with 3 field goals for 6 in the first half. And then 3 points for Riley Collins and 2 points each for Rose Zedike and for Caitlin Smith. On the Aces side of the coin, their leading scorer in the first half, Maddie Siebenaller, putting in 8 off of 4 field goals and a free throw. 6 points from Liz Schaefer, 3 from Alexis Kearns, 2 each for Tiffany Mobley and Tori Vasquez. Aces with the ball to start quarter number 3. It's inbounds to Emily Sanders, and we're underway. Sanders facing off against Collins. Bounce pass inside to Mobley. Mobley goes to the hoop, and she has the ball stripped away, and it's hacked on the wrist, and Tiffany will shoot 2. And just like that, real quickly, that's team foul number 1 on the Apaches. Mobley at the line. She'll shoot 2. Only 13 seconds expired in quarter number 3. Mobley's first shot, back of the iron and no good. Mobley's second one missed, and it's run down, and we're going to have a jump ball, and that'll go to the Apaches. Tied up there between Schumann and Smith. Smith will inbounds it to Zedike. Here we go, Rose. Down to Hines. Hines has it taken away by Schaefer. Schaefer double teamed on the sideline, tries to get it down to Sanders. It's stolen away by Collins. Collins bounce pass, and Schaefer almost returns the favor and steals it away from them. The Apaches hang on to it, though. Collins bounce passing it in to Hines, who puts it up. No good. Ball loose. Grabbed by Sanders. Sanders off to the races. Quickly the other way. She's going to take it coast to coast, and she's going to draw the foul. That's going to be whistled on Caitlin Smith. And they're going to call that one on the floor. So not in the act of shooting, but still team foul number 2 now. No, I take that back. They're going to give the Aces an offensive foul, it looks like. All right. So Fairview gets the ball back on the offensive foul. Bounce pass stolen by Schaefer. Schaefer runs into traffic, kicked out of bounds. Last touch, well, it should have been last touched by the Apaches. Vasquez back into the game. Sanders on the floor. Schaefer, Mobley, and Kearns for the Lady Aces. Inbounds to Schaefer. Back to Sanders. Sanders looking things over to Mobley. Mobley put on the line. Long 2, no good. Rebound comes down to Smith. Smith tosses it over to Zedike. Zedike bounce pass. Stolen by Mobley. Tiffany up. No good, but she's going to draw the foul. Bounce pass intended for Smith, and Mobley read that one. They telegraphed it just enough. Tiffany got in there, swiped the pass. Took a shot at the hoop. Like I said, her layup just a little bit off, but she was fouled. And Tiffany's going to shoot 2. Still 22-13. Well, now it's 23-13 as Mobley gets the free throw. That's the first point of this second half. Aubrey Breininger wearing number 2 into the game for the Lady Apaches. Mobley's second shot, also good. 4 points now for Tiffany. Zedike with the ball for the Apaches. Bounce pass to Breininger. Breininger puts it up, no good. Partially blocked, loose on the floor. Schaefer goes down into the corner, gets it out of there, gets it to Sanders, and she's going to have it knocked out of bounds by Collins. These Lady Apaches are quick, and they are everywhere. And they'll say last touched by the Aces. Breininger inbounds to Zedike. Zedike back to Breininger. Looking things over. Bounce pass to Collins. Collins to Zedike. Zedike for three. No good. Rebound. And everybody's diving for it. And they're going to eventually just call it a jump ball. It should be the Aces. And it is. 4:05 to go. Sanders to Mobley. Tries to feed it down to Vasquez. It's stolen away by Hines. Hines gets it over to Zedike, and we come back the other way with the Lady Apaches. Zedike bounce pass to Breininger. Breininger tries to feed it into Collins. It goes off of her hands. And that'll be another common foul against the Apaches. Taylor Gipple will come in, and she will give Emily Sanders a rest. Vasquez inbounds to Mobley. 3 team fouls now on the Apaches. Only one committed so far by the Aces. Gipple tries to get it inside to Vasquez off her hands, and McLaughlin grabs it. Gets it off to Collins, and Mobley commits the foul. And that'll be team foul number 2 on Hicksville. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor called by the Apaches. So far, we played 2.5 minutes of the 6 minutes of this third quarter. Only a couple points scored. Mobley with a couple of free throws. It's 24-13. Aces up by 11. And really, we see this sometimes, especially early in the season. You come out after halftime, and both teams are a little bit rusty, and neither one of them can seem to find the bucket, and things look a little bit ragged. So a good timeout probably called by Coach Grimes for the Apaches. Get her gals focused and calm down a little bit. And I imagine Coach Schrader doing the same for the Lady Aces. They're up. It's at a comfortable 11-point lead, but again, they're playing Fairview, so you don't want to get too comfortable. Breininger with the inbounds to Zedike, and we're back in action. Breininger over to McLaughlin, to Zedike. Zedike looking things over, drives it in, and kicks it back out to Collins. Collins over to Breininger, guarded by Gipple. Gets it to Zedike. Zedike for three. No good and out of bounds. It'll be Aces ball. Nope, they're going to have a whistle and a foul away from the ball on Schaefer. So that'll be team foul number 3, and on the floor it'll be out of bounds to the Apaches. Zedike to Hines to Breininger. We'll continue to work it around here, set the offense. Alley-oop pass to Hines, who puts it up, no good. And Kearns comes down with it and gets it knocked out of her hands. McLaughlin trying to make something happen. She tried to feed it over to Zedike, and Zedike lost her balance and carried it out of bounds. So it'll be Aces ball. 2:53 to go in quarter number 3. Kearns inbounds to Mobley. Mobley tries to break through a double team. Gets it on the floor. It's scooped up by Zedike. Mobley goes after it and causes Zedike to travel. Good intensity by Mobley as she gets the turnover. Liz Schaefer to Mobley. Mobley for 3. No good. Rebound comes out. Mobley grabs it. She puts it up from the free throw line. That one's no good. Gipple's going to run it down in the corner to Vasquez. Vasquez on the baseline, and she's going to get whistled for the offensive foul. So Vasquez, offensive foul, team foul number 4, and that gives the ball back to the Lady Apaches. Caitlin Gordon in the game to spell Liz Schaefer. And coming out, Sam McLaughlin. And into the game for her, Allison Vetter, wearing number 3. Zedike to Breininger, and that's going to be Mobley. Trying to race in there and steal that pass away, and timing it just a little bit too late. So Tiffany will come out of the game, and back in will be Emily Sanders. Breininger gets the inbounds in to Zedike. Over to Vetter. To Hines, who puts it up. No good. Sanders grabs the board. Double team stolen away by Collins. Collins bounce pass to Zedike up off glass and good. Rose Zedike finally getting a field goal to go with her free throws. Down low to Caitlin Gordon, who puts it up off glass and good. Gordon answers for the Lady Aces and stays an 11-point game, 26-15. Breininger to Vetter. Back to Breininger on the wing. Kick it back out to Collins. Collins looking things over. Bounce pass inside off of Vetter, and it's bouncing around loose, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow. It's going to be Fairview? Yeah. All right. Fairview gets it. Breininger looking to get it inbounds. Bounce passes it in to Zedike. Zedike having some problems facing off against Kearns. Loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Apaches. Under 90 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Breininger. Long inbounds. Gets it to Collins. Flips it back to Zedike. Zedike to Vetter. Feeds it inside to Hines. Her turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound. Should be Ace's ball. Went into a sea of black and dribbled out of bounds. And we're going to have another timeout on the floor. I think this one might be the Aces' first timeout. It is. Quick 30-second timeout now for Hicksville. As again, we're getting down to about a minute left in quarter number 3. Aces on top of the Apaches, 26-15. Aces have committed 5 team fouls. The Fairview Lady Apaches 3. And again, this is Hicksville's first timeout of the game. They'll run down the clock and get ready to get back into action. 1:14 to go in quarter number 3. And back in action, it will be Ace's ball on the baseline. And get things set because it looks like we're going to have some pressure from the Apaches. Vasquez to Gordon. Kicks it back to Sanders quickly. Sanders puts it up. No good. Gordon, though, with a putback. Count it. Caitlin Gordon with the bucket. Makes it 28-15. Breininger down to Collins quickly. She'll take it back up to the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Zedike to Breininger. As they'll work it around the perimeter, trying to get something to open up inside. And a pass to Alexis Kearns, I'm pretty sure is not what the Lady Apaches wanted to have happen. Kearns to Sanders with 40 seconds left in the quarter. Gipple inside to Vasquez, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down. Battle for it, comes up into the Aces' hands. Gipple will put it up, and good. Taylor Gipple with a nice looking shot from about 14, 15 feet. 30-15 now, Aces on top. Vetter off of the foot of Sanders, and she dives onto the floor. Gordon comes up with it, gets it away to Kearns with 9. Long pass down to Vasquez. Vasquez turns around, puts it up, no good. Air ball and out of bounds with 1.3 seconds left in the third quarter. So the Apaches a long way to go in 1.3 seconds. And that'll be the end of quarter number 3. And after 3, the Aces have doubled up the Apaches. It's 30-15 in this junior varsity game. Of course, we still have 6 minutes of exciting basketball left to go, and we hope that you'll stay with us. And as we get ready for the fourth and final quarter, we want to say another big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships right here in Hicksville. Once again this year for the entirety of the basketball season, the 2014-15 campaign, Jim Schmidt has lent us their underwriting support to make it possible for us to cover not only the girls varsity and junior varsity, but also to be here for boys varsity and JV action, as well as the junior high. And if the schedule permits, we even usually try to fit in some of the freshmen and fifth and sixth grade. We try to cover a little bit of everything for you. And, of course, that would not be possible without the generous underwriting support, continuing underwriting support of the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships right here in Hicksville, Ohio. Next time you stop by, make sure that you let them know how much you appreciate being able to watch Aces sports action on HIX-TV. They're the ones that make it possible. The new Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick dealership, Jim Schmidt Ford, the Jim Schmidt Truck Lot, and, of course, online at jimschmidtauto.com. Aces inbounds to start the fourth quarter. The last 6 minutes of junior varsity basketball being played tonight, well, barring overtime. Sanders with the ball. Deflected by Zedike, and it's going to be tied up, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Siebenaller, Gordon, Sanders, Gipple, and Figgins on the floor to start the fourth quarter for the Lady Aces. Rose Zedike flips it over, and that's a long three for Caitlin Smith. Smith gets the tray and makes it 30-18. Down low, Siebenaller up off glass and good. Siebenaller into double figures now. 5:22, bounce pass down to Collins. Collins, top of the key to Smith, over to Zedike, to McLaughlin, back over to Collins, who'll put up a three ball. No good. Figgins grabs it for the Lady Aces, gets it out of there to Gipple, over to Gordon, who tosses it back to Gipple. Down to Sanders, they break the pressure, inside to Siebenaller. She'll drive and then kick it back out. Sanders over to Figgins, down low to Gordon. Gordon up off glass and good. As we come back the other way, Aces, some strong-looking offensive stands this last couple trips down the floor. Shot is up by McLaughlin, no good. Slap that one out of bounds. I'm going to keep it with the Lady Apaches. Caitlin Smith getting ready to inbounds. Looking things over. Bounce into McLaughlin. Over to Zedike. Zedike to Collins. Collins for three, and she traveled. She got the ball and then took that little step to line herself up. And the official right there, he blows the whistle, so another turnover to the Lady Apaches. Gipple will inbounds it to Sanders. Sanders to Klima, who puts it up. It'll be short. Saved by Siebenaller. And then stolen away by Collins. Collins, the breakaway, and she's going to get fouled. Team foul number 6 for the Aces. And Mercedes Wagner, sporting number 32, into the game now for the Apaches. Almost stolen by Sanders. Wagner will put it up. No good. Rebound comes down. It's grabbed by Klima. Klima over to Siebenaller, to Gipple, and it's off of Figgins' hands and out of bounds. So 2 minutes into quarter number 4. Aces up 34-18. Apaches, though, looking to battle back. They've got the ball. Bounce pass to McLaughlin. Slapped out of there almost by Siebenaller, but the Apaches get it back. Bounce pass. And that's loose on the floor. Figgins picks it up. She's in trouble. Tries to get it out of there. Wagner comes up with the ball for the Aces. Puts it up and puts it in. Or for the Apaches, I should say. Wagner with her first bucket. Makes it 34-20. Siebenaller. Bounce pass to Klima, who gets it knocked out of bounds. Schumann back into the game. She'll spell Gipple. Sanders to Klima. Klima has it stolen away. She tries to get it to Figgins. Wagner will take it up and lay it in. Count it, and she's going to go to the line. Wagner not coming in until this fourth quarter, so I'm going to guess we might be seeing her in the varsity half of the evening. Again, we mentioned during the pregame, no seniors at all on the Lady Apaches team for the 2015-16 basketball season, so they have one roster and they go back and forth between varsity and JV. Wagner to complete the three-point play. She does. In the bonus now are the Fairview Lady Apaches. They'll be shooting 1-1 from here on out. And that's a 30-second timeout called by the Aces. Things have slipped away a little bit as some of these new players coming in late in the game for Fairview. And although the Aces called the timeout, a 30-second timeout, they didn't talk for very long. They broke huddle after about 10 seconds. The Lady Apaches still talking things over. They break huddle too. They'll have the ball. Center court for the inbounds. 3:18 to go in the contest. Inbounds to Zedike. Bounces it over to number 10, Wendling. Wendling to Zedike. Back to Wagner. Puts up no good. Rebound grabbed by Kearns. She'll slow it down, and nobody stopped for the pass. Bounce pass. Collins comes up with it. She'll take it over to Wendland, who puts it up no good. Rebound to Smith. Smith over to Collins. Collins to Zedike. Back to Wagner. Wagner, she'll kick it out. Shot up, no good. And off of Kearns' hands and out of bounds. Nope, I take it back. Last touched by the Apaches. So Alexi Kearns good to not touch the ball. Aces will get things set. Inbounds to Kearns. Kearns over to Sanders. Sanders, they look to break the pressure. Bounce pass to Mobley. Mobley kicks it out to Sanders again. Down low, up, no good. Grabbed by Wagner. Wagner quickly the other way. Loses the dribble, gets it back. Tosses it over to Zedike. Zedike down to Wendling. Shot up from Collins, no good. Wagner grabs it. It's partially blocked. She gets it back again, puts it up. No good. Collins with the board. They'll kick it back out again. Zedike for three. No good. And that one goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Apaches. They've been swarming it on offense, trying to get back into this game. Quick shot off the inbounds. No good. Mobley grabs the board. Tiffany gets it picked from behind and knocked out of bounds by Collins, so it'll be the Aces ball on the baseline with 1:58 to go in the game. Emily Sanders gets it into Mobley. Mobley for three off the iron, no good. Siebenaller grabs the board, tries to get it in there. Kearns puts it up, and she'll be fouled, and Alexis will go to the line. She'll shoot two, and that'll be team foul number 5 on the Apaches. No good. One more. Gets the second one. 4 points now for Alexis. On the other side, bounce pass in. Sanders steals it away. She's in a double team, needs some help. Stolen by Wagner, who lays it up and in. Mercedes Wagner with 6 points, 7 actually, here in this second half. And again, ball taken away from the Lady Aces. Bounce pass. And that's going to be called. That's going to be Schumann. And that's going to put Collins at the line. Her team now down by 10. They battled back. They were down by 15. Riley Collins gets the front end. Makes it 35-26. Collins misses that one. And the Aces can't control the board. It goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Apaches. 1:25 to go in the JV game. Inbounds, almost. Schumann got her hand on it. It'll stay with the Apaches. Smith will try to get it inbounds one more time for Fairview. 1 second ticks off the clock. Smith looking things over to Wagner. Wagner, free throw line, kicks it back out. Wendling will put it up. No good. Zedike saves it at the baseline. She's in a double team, tries to get it out of there. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be the Aces ball. And again, Apache showing full court pressure here. Kearns down to Siebenaller. Siebenaller over to Sanders. Sanders gets her pocket picked. Loose on the floor. Now we're going to have a travel, and it's going to stay with the Aces. .103 left in the game. Aces looking to get the ball inbounds. They do to Sanders. Sanders slapped away by Zedike. Zedike to Collins. Collins all alone. Puts it up. Can't get the drop. Schumann grabs the board. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Wendling. That'll be team foul number 6. So next foul puts the Aces at the line, but really kind of academic. They're leading by 9, 35-26, and 55 seconds left in this junior varsity game. Sanders in to Schumann. Schumann gets it back to Sanders. Over to Schumann. Down low to Siebenaller. What a play. Maddie went to put it up, and right there, Wagner, nothing but ball, slaps it out of bounds right out of Siebenaller's hands. Great block and a timeout from the Aces bench with 46 seconds. The Lady Apaches, let's be honest, man, they have really turned it up a couple notches. They've stepped it up here in this fourth quarter. They have battled back. They were down by 15. They've closed that gap. Now they trail by 9, 35-26. And they're playing with enough intensity, and with the free throws looming, this game might not be as in the bag as some might think. So Coach Schrader talking things over with her gals. A full 1 minute timeout. They want to make sure that they finish and get the W. Of course, so when this game wraps up, we will wrap it up real quickly, but we invite you to stay tuned to Hicksville Community Television and check the program guide. Kate and I are going to be sticking around, and of course we'll have coverage of the varsity contest for you here on HIX-TV as well. All right, Emily Sanders set to inbounds for the Lady Aces. 46 seconds left in regulation. Sanders to Kearns. Kearns kicks it out to Mobley. Mobley down low to Schumann. Schumann puts it up, no good. Knocked out of bounds. And stay with the Aces with 37.8 seconds. Again, Sanders in to Siebenoller. Siebenoller loses the handle, but Kearns comes up with it. Kearns winds up hitting the deck. It looked and sounded a little worse than it was. She slapped her arms to prevent herself from taking any real damage, and so you had that loud boom sound. Alexis Kearns at the line with 33 seconds left in the game. Misses it. Zeedyke grabs the rebound. Wagner with it now. Down low to Collins in the corner for three. No good. Siebenoller with the board. She'll be tied up. Jump ball. That'll be the Apaches. On the possession arrow with 22 seconds left in the game. Oh, I stand corrected. It'll be Ace's ball to Kearns. Kearns double team. Looking to get out of trouble. Has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Aces, but now it'll be on the side instead of on the baseline. Sanders. Bounce pass into Schumann to Sanders. Sanders on the baseline, double team. And another jump ball. And that'll be the Aces, or excuse me, the Apaches, with 10.1 seconds. I don't know if Fairview was trying to commit the foul there, but quick inbound, shot up, no good. Wagner saves it, kicks it back inbounds. It bounces off of Harley Schumann. So it'll be the Apaches ball with 4.4 seconds as the Aces get ready to put another win in the junior varsity column. Shot from three, no good. Rebound Schumann, and that's the ball game. Your final score, the Lady Aces beat the Fairview Lady Apaches in the junior varsity game. They score 20, make that 35-26, as they will congratulate each other. And I will do some quick computations here as we can get you some unofficial scoring. All right, so let's take a look at the final score here. Again, 35-26. Unofficial scoring tally for the Lady Apaches on the short end tonight. The leading scorer was Mercedes Wagner coming in that fourth quarter. She put in 3 field goals and a free throw for 7. 6 points from Carly Phillips, all in the first half. 5 points tonight for Caitlin Smith, and 4 points each for Riley Collins and for Rose Zeedyke. For the Lady Aces, their leading scorer, leading all scorers tonight, Maddie Siebenoller, who had 5 field goals and a free throw, for 11 points total. 6 each for Elizabeth Schaefer and Caitlin Gordon tonight, 4 points apiece for Tiffany Mobley and for Alexis Kearns. And then I had 2 each for Taylor Gimple and Tori Vasquez. So there you have it again. Final score. The Lady Aces defeating the Fairview Lady Apaches in the junior varsity girls basketball game here tonight, 35-26. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. But again, Kate and I are going to be sticking around. We invite you to keep your eye on the program guide. We'll have coverage of the varsity contest between the Lady Apaches and the Lady Aces coming up here on Hicksville Community Television. I want to say a big thank you to the Hicksville Athletic Department, again, treating us nice and giving us our space to cover the contest here at the Red Zone tonight. And with that, we'll wrap it up. Again, final score, Lady Aces 35. They defeat the Lady Apaches 35-26 in this girls junior varsity game. And for Kate Murphy on the camera, I'm Bill Murphy, wishing you good night and good sports.